is distinct. So I want to mention a little bit about this white arrow tool, the direct selection tool, first in context to a regular shape that is not within a group. So here is a rectangle, and I created that with the rectangle tool. If I wanted to move it, obviously, I could click on it with the regular selection tool, known as the selection tool, and I could also resize it, but I couldn't really change it from a rectangle to something else. I could change it from a rectangle to something else with the white arrow tool, known as the direct selection tool. The direct selection tool lets me first, here I will click away, and then cozy up to a point, and my cursor, the white arrow, shows a little black, a little white, I should say. My white cursor shows a little white rectangle. If I'm on the edge, it shows a slashy type line. If I'm on the point, I can click on the point and then drag it. So this is no longer a rectangle. And that is one of the distinct aspects of the white arrow tool, known as the direct selection tool. I can change the shape of something by selecting the points or anchor points that make up that vector-based object. Now I have a parallelogram. Now I have some other thing. And click away. I should mention that if I click in the fill with this tool, it will move the object. If I do that within a group, and if you watch the last tutorial, you understand how to make a group and you know that this is a group. If I click on the fill of a grouped object, I only move one object. And I can also, if I click on a point of an object within a group, I can also modify that object. And so there, if you watch that a couple times, I think you'll understand. Again, if I switch to the selection tool and I first click and click away, this is a group. This is a single object. I cannot separate these two. With the selection tool, I can work with them individually with the direct selection tool. Modify their positions, and even modify the shapes by clicking on these anchor points of these vector-based objects.